Now we're gonna get to the next game. Ooh, perfect, perfect dark. Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect dark. This look, the only disappointing thing I could say about Perfect Dark is that it was confirmed that it's not gonna have multiplayer. That made me sad because I wanted to throw some laptop guns on the wall, have y'all run into a room that y'all thought was empty, but there was a laptop gun in there on the wall. Turret, turret, turret. You're done. I walk in, feel accomplished. Go to pick up your gun, but didn't even notice that you threw what was it called, the scorpion on the ground. You go to pick it up, it explodes because that was a proximity mine weapon. Super cool stuff used to happen like that in that multiplayer. That's not gonna happen in this game, sadly, because it doesn't have multiplayer. But as a fan of that single player, of Elvis and all of the sci-fi goodness that they had in that game, because that game just came out at the time when there was a lot of good sci-fi stuff in the 90s, Independence Day, shit like Contact, a lot, a lot of there was a lot, all right? And Perfect Dark just had vibes of everything, Fifth Element, Blade Runner, all that shit. So this game, looking like this, drastically better than obviously any of the other Perfect Dark games. But still capturing all the essence of what Perfect Dark is was super good. Like the heat signature here, the copying the voices, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff was mad cool. I'm gonna actually put this back into regular speed because I've been rocking all these trailers in slow motion. Let's put this back regular. It's gonna restart. I gotta go back to it. Ooh. All right, so like all this right here, this lush, beautiful environment, I can't wait to go through it. But like, yeah, taking the voice, putting it there, so then, oh yeah, now you getting the call. Well, that guy's getting the call, and then you get to go past them and sneak through. Super nice. I like that, and I like all the physical contact with. Like that could have been a little loading thing, to get to this area. Fine, but I like that. I like when Star Wars Jedi Survivor does it. I know people like to clown that way of doing loading screens, but I actually like it. A lot of the times it makes sense. Um, it's just a good way to go about it, yeah. So yeah, this like the whole parkour, the movement system, having that Mirror's Edge vibe to it. Love that a lot. You can't help but look at the visuals of this and think of like the original trailer to Cyberpunk 2077, and this looks, very much like that. Of course, it has that cyber aesthetic to it, so that's not a weird, comparison to make. I don't think y'all would think I'm crazy for making that comparison. But yeah, man, I loved all of this. I really did. I think Perfect Dark is gonna be a great game. I really do. I think you got Crystal Dynamics there. I loved all of their Tomb Raider games and stuff like that. I think this is gonna be fantastic. This gameplay looks sick. The fact that the gun did more than one thing, I like that. And if you look, like I'm gonna throw it back a little bit. This is why I had this shit in slow motion, bro. But look, if you look, watch. All right, you see there's something. All right, look at the bottom left corner of the screen. You see her weapons, right? And you see the different like ammo abilities there. So watch as the gameplay goes. When she shoots this guy, you're gonna see a switch to the to the shocker, to the stun gun. Oh no, it switches there, but I'm not sure why it switched. It's weird. Like there's different things going on. Like clearly, what I'm trying to say is the weapons are gonna have different abilities, just like the laptop gun, just like all those different guns in Perfect Dark. I want to see alien weapons that you feed ammunition to. That was the coolest shit to me. That blue gun in Perfect Dark, they would just swallow the goddamn little orbs. That's what made that game so special to me. It was like every gun was so unique, and I like that. I like you gonna make a first person shooter. Like, dude, how many games can we have? Oh yeah, we got a revolver or AK. Like, yeah, we got it. Show me some shit. And that's what Perfect Dark was. It was a game that didn't give a shit to be crazy. And I'm glad that this already looks like they're continuing in that tradition. And there's gonna be a lot of espionage stuff. I'm sure, excuse me, I'm sure that there's gonna be like I'm sure there's gonna be multiple ways to beat the levels. Let's just say that. Like, you had, Agent, Double O Agent, stuff like that. Perfect Dark did that. The same thing GoldenEye did. And I think they're gonna do that to give this game replay value. And if they do that, in this day and age when, there's really basically one way to go through a shooting game and then you're done with it. The fact that, especially if they do it just like those games on 64, where when you pick the harder difficulty, the missions actually change. They would be different locations, different enemy setups, harder and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna make for a wonderful single player experience with a lot of replay value. Cause you could, play it on Game Pass and regular, normal mode, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna play it now again. After you play another game, in Game Pass, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go back now, play Perfect Dark, and experience all that other stuff. Because you'll probably be seeing clips on social media, people are playing levels, and then you'd be like, yo, when did that happen? Because I played that stage and I never, I played it on Double O Agent or whatever, the equivalent of that is. And yeah, like, I think that'll be a cool thing too, to give the game a lot of replay value, even though it's a single player experience. And here's the thing, just because it's a single player experience doesn't mean that they can't give a DLC and extend it. So Perfect Dark, while yeah, we could wait a long time for this one, doesn't mean that it will take long to get more Perfect Dark goodness once this game is released. They could do DLC expansions and all that. I hope they do. I really do. I hope that this is a game where when it's coming out, they're like, yeah, get the $100 edition, where it gets you, the new DLC coming this fall or next year, whatever the case may be. I want that, man. I want that. I want that for this game. I love Perfect Dark, yo. Like, and the universe is one that, again, if you do the game right, I think people are gonna want to spend a lot of time in it. So having more content ready to go will just make sense, in my opinion. So yeah, man, all this alien stuff right here is what made me the happiest, because I loved all the Elvis stuff. I loved all of it. Like, going through Area 51. Like, oh my God, that shit was, at the time, was mind blowing. And then seeing like Elvis on the stretcher, and then getting, man, he becomes an actual character with you and has a weapon, and then y'all going on this whole adventure. It made it like such a cool IP to me. And yeah, man, like, I just hope that they do stuff like that. I want Elvis in this game. Like, this should be Perfect Dark 1, like a retelling of the original game with this new style, new developer, a whole new story, but with elements like, oh yeah, it's a whole new story, but there's still gonna be an Elvis. They're still gonna, we're just telling it in a whole new way. Like, I would love that, yo. Like, genuinely. So yeah, man, that's Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark, man. Coming soon. Can't wait. Cannot wait. And now we get to the game that, I mean, isn't much of a game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't see the actual, level design or nothing like that. But goddamn it, new gears, new gears, new gears. That's all you need to know for right now, because the game ain't coming right now. We probably gonna be playing this. Honestly, I feel like with Metroid Prime 4 with this game. Like, yeah, I'm gonna play. I don't need a pre-order. I'm gonna play it through Game Pass. Game Pass all day, every day. But I own all the gears, so eventually I'm gonna buy it. But still, like, this is a game where I ain't probably never gonna touch it on the Series X. Being 100% honest, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna play it on my PC, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna play it through a Fire Stick or through the cloud on my phone. No, I mean, I'm gonna play it on the next generation Xbox, more than likely. And it'll look just like this, if not even better, just like the glow up that Hellblade had. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think. So I ain't even worried about this for this generation of consoles. I just want to say, them going back to the roots of it all, awesome. Love it. I think it's great. Even though I was dying to see how Kate's story was going to end, because I know this is not a popular opinion, but Gears of War 5 is my favorite Gears of War game now. And I've played through the series multiple times, all of the games. I know part of it is the graphics, but also the enemy design, also the abilities that you get. I like the shit that they did with Jack. Go get me that weapon, bring that shit to me. Go electrocute that guy. All that stuff. I loved all of that stuff they did. I loved Hard Busters, and that's part of Gears 5. You could want to separate it, but it's part of it. The horror feel, like people talk about with Gears, like, yo, the horror feel is going to come back with this one. I'm like, I don't really agree with that because I don't feel it left. You know what I'm saying? I'm under the belief that they've kept the horror. Like when you was going through that base in 5 with all the enemies frozen and shit, and oh, come on, we're gonna have to come back through this shit, and all these guys are probably gonna be defrosted. That shit was scary. That shit, the tension in that was crazy. Going through the different trains and hearing those little white goddamn locusts come running at you and the light and everything. That shit was fire. The enemies that swallowed you and then took you, the hive buster ones. That shit was crazy scary. Like, I love all of it. Like I never felt Gears lost its edge. Only time I did was with all the robot stuff in 4. You know, like I did feel that with 4, but then 5, it made that all work. Like, cause that 5, like 4, really felt like the beginning of Gears 5. So when you play them in order, that shit plays so nice 4 and 5, and the story and the acting and the delivery. I loved all of it. The choice you made in 5, I was waiting to see how they handle that. You know what I mean? So I want a Gears of War 6, but I'm happy that we getting this. Don't get it twisted. I am ecstatic that we got Marcus breaking through War 101 against Locust. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be awesome. You know what I mean? And it's obviously gonna have everything that I just said about Gears 5, all the lighting, all the beauty. They don't know how not to do that. You know what I'm saying? The collision, the shit is gonna still be drop dead gorgeous. I ain't worried. This is drop dead gorgeous. I'm just saying, like, I think a lot of people when they talk about Gears, this is what I'm trying to say. Like they when they talk about dark and gritty, they talk about the actual negative of those old Gears games, which was that Unreal Engine was really whack at doing a lot of the shit that it does today. So a lot of the game was brown and all hard looking and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was saying at the time, me as a Nintendo fan, I threw a lot of shade at, not at Gears, but at a lot of Unreal games at the time. I was like, yo, they all look the same, but they all pale in comparison to Gears. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot of the 360 generation. Come on, if you was there, you remember that. And yeah, like this, I feel like it's still all the beauty, all the color, and everything that you get in Gears and 4 and 5. It's just nighttime right now. There's gonna be daytime areas. There's gonna be other characters. There's gonna be a lot of talking. There's gonna be vehicles. There's gonna be exploration within. Even if it's a more linear experience, there's gonna be areas you're gonna Gears and vehicles. That shit go hand in hand. This is why I'm like, I really hope that they don't do what Halo did and play games and be like, yeah, we're not gonna try. Like, bro, I'm tired of these big companies with dope ass IPs not trying. Somebody got to make a Gears, goddamn Warzone like, Fortnite like, Battle Royale goddamn thing. And if it's not the Collision doing, there should be a team doing it. On the side that they build up, just to do that in the engine that the Collision built right now. Like, don't wait. Just do it. Have it launch goddamn day one and be one of those things where you could be like, yeah, you don't, on your Fire Stick, you could play Gears of War E-Day online without a Game Pass membership, just like you could Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that. Yo, Gears with all the vehicles they got, Battle Royale, it writes itself. They got choppers. They got giant mechs that you could call in if you want to go in and they got the little mech, the little one from 5 that you could, walk around and made like a little juggernaut. You got that shit. I think that was in 4 too. Yeah, it wasn't 4 actually. 4 and 5. It might have been the earlier ones too. Y'all be blending all the games together. Cause now when I play the Gears games, I usually just go one through and play the whole shit. Cause they're all like 4 hours apart and they all so good still to this day. I only get thrown off, and I like Judgment, by the way. I only get thrown off by Judgment because you got to just remember that they switched up the controls there. But I still like Judgment. I wish the developer that made Judgment was the one handling like the battle royale mode or something like that. Like, why not? Like, that'll be sick. Gears battle royale mode could be so damn cool, especially if you throw in locusts like AI into the battle royale mode. So it's like, yeah, you chilling in a section, the circle's getting smaller, hides are getting smaller. The goddamn holes are opening and big shit is coming out, so you got to move from this area, because if not, the AI gonna slaughter you, or you're gonna be struggling here fighting AI. You know what I mean? Like put their own twist on it. That's what they need to do. They need to put their own twist on it, and then you'll have people coming back all the time. Cause like, oh, am I only fighting AI like in fucking, Helldivers? No, like I said, Helldivers is gonna get old quick. That's why when I saw like, oh, Helldivers was 90% of its player base, I'm like, yeah, And so would what was that Dino, game on Game Pass, that what's it called, Extinction, something like that. Like, that game lost all its player base quick too, because you're fighting AI, you're not fighting people. That wouldn't be the case with Gears of War. Like, there'll be a lot of people who will be on Gears of War hard body. Like, I've always dabbled in multiple uh battle royale games. First it was Apex Legends and Fortnite, and then once Warzone came out, it was just Warzone and Fortnite. And not even, it was Warzone and Apex. But then I kind of got tired of Apex, and I switched to Fortnite again when Zero Build came out and started going crazy, just hard ever since Zero Build came out. Because I wondered, I said, yeah, the day that they take building off, like in the mode, I'll play Fortnite all the time. And they did that, and I play it all the time. It's one of my most played video games, literally. I think the only thing that comes close is Forza Horizon series, and that's spread through 3 games. Fortnite is one experience since 2017 that I've been going in on. Started on the Switch, and then started playing it again on uh series no, on Xbox One X, and then continued on Series X. Nah, was it One X? When did Zero Build come out? I think it was during One X. I don't remember. It don't even matter. The point is, I want a battle royale in my Gears of War. I really do. You know what I'm saying? And that's an easy way to bring back all the characters in these graphics, because I want to see Kate in these graphics. I want to see all the characters in these graphics. That's the cool thing about Gears, is when they bring the characters and they'll be like, oh yeah, here's old man Marcus. Now you could do old man Marcus, young Marcus, zombie Dom again, because they had that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they gave us that one, like the day one people. It was saying, I know I got zombie Dom on Gears 5, and they do shit like that. And I'm not spoiling nothing. I'm just saying. Yo, this is gonna be awesome, man. Like, truly awesome. And I can't wait, man. Here we go. This is Gear 6, even though it's not, numbered Gear 6. And there probably will be a Gears of War 6 one day. But E-Day, baby, it ain't a spinoff. It's the real deal. The real deal.